This work of fiction is intended for mature audiences. It contains themes of psychological horror and violence presented in a restrained manner. All characters and events are entirely fictional. The narrative is not intended to glorify or encourage harmful behavior.
I still recall the moment I received the covert directive, a communication so discreet it was viewed only by my mind. My name is Dalia Azaree, and I lead an all-female unit of Mossad agents renowned for our precision and unyielding determination. Our objective was clear: infiltrate a clandestine operation in the Middle East that had abducted and exploited innocent teens, forced into a shameful trade of unspeakable degradation of box body and mind. The reports described the desecration of young lives, details so harrowing that every fiber of my being tightened with resolve. The command came unexpectedly during an otherwise routine debrief. A trusted informant had uncovered evidence linking powerful criminal lords to the abduction and extermination of American teenagers, trafficked for the profit-fueled sex trade. Even as I absorbed this new revelation, a cold clarity centered my attention. I had sworn an oath to serve state justice above all, and now my loyalty to my superiors, the very organization that once sheltered me, was in grave conflict with my conscience. That fateful evening, beneath a sky thick with distant storms, I assembled my team in a nondescript safe house hidden in an ancient quarter of Tel Aviv. We were a sisterhood of resolute operatives, each honed to lethal perfection through years of clandestine training. Our arsenal boasted the most advanced tools available: near-silent blades, compact electronic disruptors, and miniature drones capable of capturing every illegal moment. I personally created our plan with a measured calm that belied the storm raging inside me. Our target was not merely a criminal network. It was an underground facility guarded by merciless henchmen, a labyrinth of booby-trapped passages and secret hidden chambers buried beneath a facade of legitimate business. We would allow ourselves to be captured intentionally, infiltrate the enemy's inner sanctum, and methodically eliminate every vile perpetrator, one by one. I vowed to exact an eye-for-an-eye reckoning, one that would restore dignity to the lives so ruthlessly taken. Before the mission commenced, I retreated to my modest quarters, where I lit a solitary candle in tribute to those lost. In the silence, I whispered a personal prayer for the strength to confront horrors beyond belief. I recalled the promise I made to myself long ago, to defend the innocent at all costs, and prepared to step into a world of degradation that even I had never before dared imagine. The night of our incursion was draped in an almost surreal calm. Our carefully choreographed plan set us on a path toward the enemy's hidden base. Under the cover of darkness, my team and I surrendered intentionally at a prearranged checkpoint. Our captors, unsuspecting and overconfident in their own brutality, detained us without a hint of alarm. We played the part of compliant, weak, terrified captives, allowing ourselves to be herded deep into a network of subterranean corridors. Every step inside that grim facility resonated with the silent testimony of unspeakable crimes. The walls, cold and unyielding, bore evidence of the depravity committed within these confines. Flickering fluorescent lights cast harsh shadows on narrow passageways, and distant muffled voices confirmed that we were close to the nerve center of the operation. My heart pounded steadily, each beat affirming that our mission was both urgent and righteous in its aspect. I had learned to control my emotions as a child of conflict, yet in that moment I felt a surge of steely determination. I knew that once our cover was blown, there would be no turning back. With my team clustered in a holding cell, I used an inconspicuous communication device to relay our exact location to our backup unit. Minutes later, an array of silent drones appeared overhead, transmitting live footage of our stealth surroundings. The true horror of what had been orchestrated by these criminal overlords emerged in fragments, a whispered testimony here, a single tear-stained photograph there. Each piece of evidence deepened the gnawing sense of duty within me. I felt not only anger, but a profound rage for the stolen futures of those who had been exploited and eliminated. As the time for action neared, I silently signaled to my team. We had prepared for every contingency, from digital countermeasures to physical hand-to-hand combat. Disguised as one of their own, I led my unit into the central chamber where the mastermind and his minions congregated. The atmosphere was thick with arrogance and a perverse sense of entitlement. I listened from the shadows as they boasted about their ill-gotten gains, unaware that our presence was a harbinger of their imminent downfall. My team and I moved with a synchrony honed by countless successful covert operations, our steps as silent as the whispered promises of their ending. In that moment, every lesson from our training melded into a single, unwavering weapon. We would bring a brutal end to this grotesque exploitation. The plan was set in motion. I stepped forward to engage, confident that the element of surprise would be our greatest weapon. In the ensuing chaos, the air was filled with the quiet clatter of precision strikes. My team advanced with lethal intent, neutralizing every guard with swift, decisive, lethal action. There was no room for hesitation or error. Every movement was calculated, every attack measured. We fought as one, a fluid unit propelled by the weight of our mission and the memories of those we sought to avenge. I recalled the faces of the innocent, their hopes reduced to silence by the cruelty of those who trafficked them. Every blow I delivered was a solemn promise that their suffering would not go unanswered. I moved through the enemy's inner sanctum, where the corridors twisted into a hideous circus of human misery. In each room, I discovered evidence of the operation's grim reality: locked chambers, scattered personal effects, and a pervasive stench of decay and despair. My heart, though resolute, ached with the burden of responsibility. I could not allow myself to be distracted by the personal toll of these horrors. Instead, I focused on the mission. One by one, the vile figures responsible for the atrocities were methodically silenced. I encountered fierce resistance from those who believed themselves invulnerable, but our advanced weaponry and rigorous discipline ensured that none could escape the wrath of our justice. The elimination process was thorough and precise. My teammates and I adapted to every challenge with ingenuity, using high-tech gadgets to disable surveillance systems and disrupt communication channels. In the midst of the violent confrontation, I maintained a singular focus on the objective. The facility's oppressive silence was shattered by the calculated cries of retribution, a testament to our unyielding stealth and commitment. Yet, amid the controlled carnage, an anomaly emerged, a presence that defied the confines of human cruelty. In a hidden subchamber far beneath the main facility, we discovered a room filled with devices that pulsated with an eerie, otherworldly light. These instruments were not of this earth. Their design and function were utterly alien to anything I had ever seen. I felt an immediate chill of dread as I surveyed the strange apparatus, realizing that it hinted at a new, unknown enemy lurking behind the veil of human depravity within this despicable place. This revelation marked a turning point in our mission. The true horror of the operation was not confined solely to the exploitation of innocent lives, but extended to an enigmatic force that wielded terror with otherworldly efficiency. The alien technology emanated a low resonant pulse that seemed to vibrate directly within my bones. I knew then that our battle was far from over. that our enemy was not merely a group of depraved men, but something entirely foreign to us. I signaled to my unit, and together we secured the chamber. We had dispatched the immediate threat of human scum, yet the discovery of this spectral menace left us shaken. The implications were staggering. An entity, foreign and unfathomable, had been manipulating events from the shadows, using alien technology that blurred the line between nightmare and reality. Determined to understand and eradicate this new foe, I gathered my remaining operatives. We returned to our command center, our minds reeling with the significance of the alien devices we had uncovered. Over the following days, we pieced together clues from fragmented data, decoded encrypted files, and careful analyzation of the peculiar contraptions we found. It became clear that the mysterious force had orchestrated not only the heinous slave trade, but had also infiltrated the criminal underworld for reasons yet unknown. Late one evening, while poring over classified intelligence, I received an alert that chilled me to the core. Our adversary had launched a coordinated strike against our unit, a barrage of terror, using devices that defied explanation. In the ensuing skirmish, our secure facility was compromised by bursts of energy and disorienting flashes that rendered our high-tech defenses nearly useless. My team fought desperately, but it soon became apparent that this enemy was unlike any conventional foe we had faced before. I braced myself as the first wave of unearthly technology assailed us. The weapons discharged pulses that warped both matter and perception, leaving scars on both the physical and the psychic. I could feel my thoughts unraveling under the onslaught. Each explosion of energy pounded like a silent scream in my mind. Amid the chaos, I remembered the calm teachings of my Mossad mentors and forced myself to focus in on the task at hand. In that turbulent confrontation, I led my team through the crumbling corridors of our compromised base. Every step was a battle against forces that defied logical explanation, a surreal dance of survival against an enemy whose very existence challenged our human understanding. I fought with the ferocity of a vengeful spirit, my actions guided by an unwavering desire to protect those who could not protect or defend themselves. During the fierce struggle, I witnessed a moment of revelation. One of my operatives, driven to the brink by the relentless assault, uncovered a hidden chamber within the facility. There, amidst cryptic symbols and pulsating devices, lay the key to our enemy's power, a central nexus that linked the alien technology to a vast, unseen network. I realized that to defeat this otherworldly force, we would need to dismantle its central source base entirely. Gathering every ounce of courage, I spearheaded a final assault on the nexus. My team and I engaged the entity's forces in a desperate bid to sever its connection to our world. The battle was a surreal tableau of valor and terror, an unyielding struggle against a presence that seemed to materialize from the very fabric of nightmares. Amid the chaos, I sensed the guiding spirit of those who had come before me, urging me onward with silent determination. With the nexus in sight, we initiated a plan that bordered on the impossible. Using our most advanced explosive compound, one designed to neutralize technology that transcended human science, we set charges around the chamber. Every second stretched into an eternity as we awaited the right moment of detonation. In that tense silence, the alien technology pulsed ominously, as though aware of its impending doom. The explosion, when it came, was cataclysmic, a blinding flash of energy and a panicked roar that shook the foundations of our world, signaled the collapse of the nexus. In the aftermath, the facility trembled and collapsed, and the alien contraptions fell silent. I stood amid the ruin, my body trembling, not only from the physical toll of battle, but from the overwhelming realization that we had struck a decisive blow against a foe beyond human understanding. In the weeks that followed our harrowing victory, the world around me seemed both changed and unchanged. Our operation had dismantled a monstrous human enterprise and shattered the grip of an otherworldly adversary. Yet as I returned to a semblance of normalcy, a chilling truth began to emerge, a truth that would twist the fabric of my destiny in ways I could never have foreseen. During a quiet moment of reflection in a safe house far from the ruins of that ruined facility, I discovered a curious phenomenon. The alien technology we had destroyed was not entirely vanquished. Fragments of its energy, remnants of a power that defied explanation, lingered in the recesses of my mind. In dreams, I began to perceive faint signals, whispers of a connection that spanned beyond the mortal realm. I could not tell if these sensations were the residue of the battle or the stirrings of something far more profound. One stormy night, as rain lashed out against the small window of my quarters, I awoke to a presence in the darkness. At first it was subtle, a mere whisper of a thought, but soon it coalesced into a vision so vivid it made my blood run cold. Standing before me, silhouetted against the flickering lightning, was a figure that defied explanation. It bore no human features, yet its form was unmistakably intelligent, a fusion of brightly colored light and an uncanny energy that radiated both menace and an inexplicable allure. In that moment, I understood the terrible secret. The battle against the monstrous forces of corruption had forged an unbreakable bond between me and the alien presence. What I had once viewed as an enemy, a force to be obliterated, had instead permanently attached itself with my very essence. I felt a pull, a connection that transcended the duality of good and evil, of human and alien. It was as if my soul, scarred by vengeance and hardened by battle, had become the final repository for a power that would shape the destiny of both our worlds. The figure's eyes, if one could call them that, seemed to communicate in a language of pure emotion, and in a moment of horrifying clarity, I realized that I was no longer solely the agent of justice I had once been. I had become something new, a fusion of mortal resolve and alien enigma. My body, mind, and spirit were irrevocably altered by the bizarre encounter. I sensed that the remnants of the Nexus, rather than being a mere casualty of our assault, had become a catalyst for transformation, a bond that would compel me to continue a crusade far beyond the familiar confines of human ethics and morality. I spent days in introspection, wrestling with the implications of this bond. The whispers grew clearer, urging me to embrace a destiny that transcended the narrow scope of retribution. In time, I understood that my future, and that of my surviving comrades, was not simply to avenge past atrocities, but to become a guardian against an ever-shifting tide of moral human decay. Together, with the missing vestiges of those we had lost and the lingering energy of an otherworldly force, we would forge a new path. In an unexpected twist that left even me trembling, I discovered that my transformation had granted me abilities I had never imagined. I could sense disturbances in the fabric of reality, detect the hidden machinations of those who manipulated darkness from the shadows. My connection with the alien energy had become both a curse and a blessing, a perpetual reminder that justice often exacts a price far greater than simple vengeance. I had become a bridge between two realms, and with this realization came an irrevocable acceptance. My destiny was entwined with that of the enemy we had vanquished, forcing me to walk a lonely path in the service of a higher balance of power. Now, as I record these thoughts with a steady yet haunted hand, I acknowledge the horror of what has transpired and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. The legacy of our mission is not one of unalloyed triumph, but of a profound and unsettling metamorphosis. The enemy that once threatened us, both human and others, has transformed into a force that now dwells within me, an alien presence that I must forever navigate. In the dark corridors of my mind, I hear the soft cadence of an alien lullaby, a reminder that even in the most righteous acts of justice, the boundaries between savior and captive can become irrevocably blurred. I, Dalia Azaree, stand as both a warrior and a vessel of an unforeseen power, a guardian who must continue the fight against immorality in all its guises, on this world or the next. The path ahead is uncertain, fraught with challenges that defy ordinary understanding. Yet I remain resolute, knowing that in the fusion of our two essences lies a strength capable of reshaping a world teetering on the edge of chaos and annihilation. This confession is my testament, a chronicle of a mission that transcended human limits and a transformation that will embrace me for all time. May those who hear my story recognize the price of true justice and the mysterious forces that shape our fates. And when you gaze into the dark void of your own soul, remember, sometimes the greatest horror lies not in the enemy before you, but in an unexpected, unshackle memories of your own actions that alters you forever.
Hello, my Nightmare Obsession fans. We hope you loved this story and were almost frightened to death, left wanting even more. If so, please share video and our channel link with friends and family and ask them to subscribe, like, comment, and share with their friends and family too. We really want to create more nightmarish horror stories for you. So please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel now. We would really appreciate it. Thanks so much.